7, the fastest weather alerts to keep you safe.
And highlights from the Reds and the Cubs tonight at 11 o'clock. So stay right there.
Come on, get it,
Go, guys.
76,000 screaming fans. It seems like yesterday since I first started here at Channel 7, but there have been too many yesterdays and last weeks and last years to make that possible. There are very few of us in any line of work who can brag about 4 decades at the same place. That's something I'm very proud of, especially since I've always been home. Like a lot of you, I grew up watching the news on WHIO TV, and I still remember how cool it was to get to work with Don Wayne and Ed Kraling and Gil Whitney and Jim Baldridge. Now, my Waynesville math tells me that 41 years is a lot of games to cover. Had a front row seat when the Reds went wire to wire in 1990. I was there for both frustrating finishes as the Bengals never could quite figure out the 49ers in the Super Bowl. I covered the Flyers' run to the Elite Eight 2 different times. Who knows what would have happened this past season. I also got to see Wright State's amazing run to a Division II national title back in 1983. Those big games get all the big spotlight, but for my money, the best part of my job was always covering high school sports. I will miss being on the sidelines every Friday night at football games or underneath the basket in a sweaty local gym. Still makes my day when somebody says, "Remember me? I was the athlete of the week back in 1991. Let me tell you, my memory isn't bad, but it's not what it used to be. One thing I will never forget, though, is all of you inviting me into your homes for all of these years. That is a memory that will never fade. So what do I do in retirement? Well, I'm not going to dwell on the past. I'm ready to start a new chapter, trying not to drive my wife too crazy and spending more time with my daughter and my grandson. I'll admit there's a small part of me that says, hey, why leave now? Just stay right there a while longer. No, my friends, my work is done here. I'm ready to enjoy life starting right now. Thanks, all of you, so much. It's been a great ride. The swing pass on the outside to Johnson, in for the touchdown. You know, I got excited a lot. I want them to feel like they're there. And not just sitting there watching the game. Down the sidelines, into the end zone for a touchdown. I want them to feel everything. Oh, yeah, I'm always a fan.
A sports fan from the time he was born. Mike was the baby of the Hartsock family, younger brother of Sandy and Susan, and only son of Phyllis and Dave. Mike's dad was a basketball star at Waynesville High School.
He had a chance to play with University of Kentucky, Adolph Rupp, and I still have at that time they sent you a telegram and to come, but he was kind of on the short side.
Dave Hartsock instead played for NCR in the old Industrial League. Watching him formed the foundation of Mike's passion for sports.
We had a basket right outside the house.
And even if no one else was around,
I could make a game out of myself and would do play-by-play. I'd make up names. It wasn't names of guys playing then. It was just names. Tommy Thompson, Johnny Johnson.
Though not quite the scoring champ his dad was, Mike made his mark as a point guard.
I was until not long ago, maybe 5-10 years ago. I was the all-time assist leader, passing the ball and helping other people score at Waynesville for a long time.
Mike started his broadcasting career in radio news, but he was only too happy to team up on Friday nights with another guy just starting out to do WHIO's Game of the Week.
The very first sports broadcast I did in WHIO was Mike and I working together at a Trotwood Northmont football game.
And when TV had an opening in the sports department in early 1982,
I'll have baseball scores and highlights from the Reds and the Cubs tonight at 11 o'clock. And I got lucky. I was in the right place at the right time in the right building.
He soon met some of the biggest names in professional sports.
Mike had such a great personality and a way to connect with people, and we were always being interviewed. We're on the other side, so really, you learn from guys like that, that are just comfortable to be around. This is Anthony Munoz for News Center 7 Sports.
The two became such good friends that Mike dared ask the future Hall of Famer to do a regular feature.
We have to win this ball game. We have to stay on pace with everybody else, so it is a must-win. With my Bengal Diary, this is Anthony Munoz for News Center 7.
I didn't pay Anthony anything. He didn't ask for anything. And his first answer to me was, sure, love to do that.
And Mike's skill on the links got him invited to play charity tournaments with golf greats like Nancy Lopez.
We were laughing. She goes, okay, anybody makes this putt, I'm going to give a big kiss on the lips.
You got my ball?
You were ready for
There
it.
you go. I made that putt.
But it didn't take Mike long to see
I made some mistakes.
some of the athletes he'd idolized as a kid fall off that pedestal.
It was the hardest thing I ever had to do stories and report on Pete Rose being banned from baseball. He was my hero.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy Dayton Flyer basketball. You're watching it on WHIO TV.
Butler is 11-2, unbeaten.
Mike was just a guy born to be in sports.
One of the highlights of Mike's career was calling University of Dayton basketball games, which he did for more than 30 years.
Eric loses it. There's a foul.
He was very, very knowledgeable.
He also hosted the Sunday Morning Coaches Show in those first few years with legendary Flyers coach Don Donaher.
And he just had a disposition. It was easy to work with. And coaches aren't easy to work with because they're always under stress. And he was just a joy to be with.
And he worked at building relationships with the players.
I think he's just a great person.
Flyers forward Anthony Grant found the same Mike Hartsock when he came back as head coach 3 decades later.
His personality, his genuine nature, his humanity, I think is what stands out. And then the way he goes about doing his job, he's extremely knowledgeable, extremely passionate about what he does.
The competition was not what the Flyers can expect once the real season starts.
What Mike had to do was really a pretty large task.
His radio voice of the Flyers' counterpart, Larry Hanskin, admired Mike's ability to handle it all.
But if the Browns don't keep this crowd quiet on Sunday, Cleveland could be in for a long afternoon.
He not only had to prepare for those broadcasts, but at the same time, the amount of legwork and sweat equity involved in what he did covering high school sports. You know, he had all of those plates spinning as well.
Not to mention a new addition at home.
This is Jessica Lynn Hartsock. Not quite 12 hours old, bless you.
He proudly introduced his newborn daughter to our viewers when he became a dad in 1984.
Already a daddy's girl, pretty much so. Oh, goodness, you're embarrassing people.
And as she grew up, everybody knew what Jessica's dad did for a living.
Kids at school, I think sometimes they give me that stay right there.
So stay right there.
But if they found Mike's signature line a bit corny,
At that time, it was still cool to have your dad drop off a football in a helicopter.
and sometimes he delivered a soccer ball.
It's Mike Hartsock.
Covering high school games, no matter the sport, is what Mike loved more than any other part of his job.
If there's something I'm going to miss, it's covering our kids. I'm 65 years old, and every Friday night, I go out with a big camera on my shoulder to shoot a high school football game. Not many people in my job do that.
And when those kids and their families went home after the game, Mike went back to the newsroom to write and edit his highlights and then deliver them in that unique Hartsock style.
Hi again, everybody. Ready or not, it's time to kick off another high school football season. Whether it was 2 7-0 teams or 2 teams that hadn't won a game, that made those kids' night. That may have made those kids' season if we had highlights of that game on and showed those kids.
Working nights and weekends, Mike missed a lot with his own family.
You know, my wife has put up with a lot, and my daughter has put up with a lot. I miss stuff from Jessica when she was growing up. I miss stuff that she was doing because I had to be on the air.
And now there's someone else he doesn't want to miss spending time with.
My name is Alex, and Mike Hartsock is my grandpa. My favorite memory of my grandpa is playing video games. He's not really good, my grandpa.
I guess it's sort of repaying them. Hopefully they want me to be around. So, but the sports I'll miss. Yeah, I'll miss it. But life goes on, and I'm ready for it.
I'm going to miss you on the air, Mike. I thank you on behalf of all the viewers out there for all that you have done. You deserve this next chapter in your life.
Congratulations. You've done a super job.
We're going to miss you. We wish you all the best as you take on whatever challenges lie ahead for you, and we love you.
Mike, on behalf of the line of basketball coaches at the University of Dayton that you work so closely with, we wish you nothing but the best in your retirement. Thanks for everything.
Dad, we're super proud of you. We love you, and congratulations on your retirement. Happy retirement, Grandpa. Love you.
And Mike, I wish you the best retirement that's possible. You've been a great son, and I love you.
Okay, so how do you follow that?
How you doing over there?
I'm doing okay, kind of. Cheryl, thank you very much. That was so good. You know,
Thanks to Mike Burianic, too.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful day where I've caught up with people I haven't talked to in such a long time. And my goodness, who would have thought that Governor DeWine would start out his news conference today talking about me? Governor Fran, thank you all both very much. I ran into Governor and Fran and the entire family last year when the Buckeyes played in the national semifinals out in Arizona. I get my
That's
place.
one of those free trips of yours, right?
I get my places
Well, they
mixed
lost
up.
to Clemson, so where were they?
You know, that's the one thing that I've gotten to do that's been so good. I've traveled all over the world. I've traveled all over this country, and with the company footing the bill. But I did it so we could bring sports to the people that mattered the most, and that's you. Thank you very much again for letting me into your living rooms, letting me into wherever you watch TV these days. It's been a fun ride, and guys, I really appreciate it.
You know, when I first came to town here, Cheryl and I were talking about this almost 19 years ago. Michael, you remember that purple double-breasted suit?
Yeah, I love that, didn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
I had the purple double-breasted, and those of you out there remember the blue one? You remember my blue sport coat? I mean,
Yeah, I remember the blue
it
one.
wasn't blue, it was blue! It screamed blue.
Yeah, but at least you didn't wear a green one like you won the Masters or something, like Dick Beazer used to.
And James was wondering, I do not still have that sweater and polka dot tie.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, you need to brush up on your video games so you can play with Alex.
Well, Alex is really good at it, and I'm not really good at video games. I could probably beat him in a golf video game, but he likes to play these racing things.
That is good.
It just makes my day to get up there, my year to get up and see him. It's been almost a year now because the border to Canada is closed. He's up in Canada, and that's tough. I can see him on FaceTime, but I can't see him in person.
He's a cutie, and Jessica's great, too. So stay with us. We will talk with Mike live again after the break as he says goodbye one final time. How about saying it now, Mike?
Stay right there.
Thank you.
Live Doppler 7 radar for the fastest, most accurate severe weather warnings.
Prevacid 24-hour knows you need to prevent frequent heartburn.
It burns my dinner plans.
It burns a good night's sleep.
Prevacid 24-hour prevents the acid that causes heartburn all day, all night. Prevacid 24-hour. Prevent the burn.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that? Need a phone fixed? We got it. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
Are you drowning in debt? When you can't pay your bills, you need a plan. I can help. Don't put it off. Call Richard West Law Office. We have hundreds of 5-star reviews. Visit debtfreeohio.com.
2020 was a year like no other. Our world stopped. But when Emma's mom heard the words, "Your daughter has a tumor," she turned to Dayton Children's Hospital because they never stop caring for kids. Kids like Emma need your help now more than ever. Your gift today ensures Dayton Children's will be there for kids no matter what happens tomorrow. Call or visit our website to give today.
Did you know completing your funeral planning now is a wonderful gift you can give your loved ones? Here's why. Your burial preferences will be guaranteed. You lock in today's prices, and it prevents emotional overspending by loved ones. The counselors at Forest Hill Memorial and West Memory Gardens can help you through the process with caring guidance. Go to burialplanning.com/Dayton for complete details today. That's burialplanning.com/Dayton.
Never met a man in my life more obsessed with golf. And then all of a sudden there was a transition, Michael, about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and then it was pickleball.
I love pickleball. You meet some of the best people playing pickleball if you've never tried it. I don't care if you're my age or if you're 30 years old, whatever. It is a great game that's kind of, for me, pushed golf kind of aside.
Yeah, well, your daughter Jessica said she thinks you're going to have a great pickleball career in your future.
We'll see. I'm a senior now, so I can do the senior circuit, maybe.
Senior barely at 65.
Well, gosh, Mike, I've known you since 1979. Oh, look at that sweater.
There it is.
You and I have known each other for over 40 years, and
Yes, we have.
you've been my friend the whole time, and I just want to wish you the very best, and thanks for the great job you've done for our viewers, and the great coworker you've been, and like I said, I'm going to miss you. Just stay in touch, okay?
Cheryl, we go back to the Who concert tragedy.
Oh, yeah.
And, we were both down there covering that for
news,
different people.
Radio news, right,
I
right.
started calling Michael Papa when Alex was born, and every time I'd use that term with him, he'd smile, so proud of his son and his grandson and his daughter. And Michael, you're a good man, We'll miss you.
Well, you know, Papa is now you because you're the crotchety old elder statesman.
Yeah, it's him, not me.
Because Cheryl's only like 40 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
She'll be 41 next year.
Right.
Everybody, thank you all very much again for allowing me to do this for 41 years. I love you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Hartsock.
Be well, my friend.
Breaking news, weather, and traffic. Weekdays.